here at Red Bull Battlegrounds Detroit. Spawning in the bottom position as the Red Terran player from Team Liquid. He needs 3 wins. He is Taeja.
Taeja going up against the Terran player that wants to go to DC, that wants to win a tournament again, and he looked great in game 1. Give it up for Bolt.
Merry-go-round. You know what I would say, Roddy?
No.
This is a great map for Gas First.
Isn't every map a great map for Gas First in your book, Nate?
Yeah, well, I would say that. Except Whirlwind. Man, miss that map a lot. But, you know, the thing is, a lot of these maps, because you have so much space around the main base, like we just look, if you just zoom all the way out on the main, there are so many different areas that you don't have vision of at the start of the game where you can drop Hellions, where you can drop those Marines, and Overgrowth is, even though there's not as much space, it's so small that you can get across the map very quickly. And that's one of the things that makes it a lot more difficult than the old days where you either had a lot of rush distance or you had not enough space that you could dodge bunkers or Raven auto turrets. It really does allow whoever can be the most flexible with their control over their early Marines and Hellions to get an advantage every time.
I must say, I'm still blown away by the incredible courage that Bolt showed to just, after losing that one Hellion already, and you said it, every single unit is so incredibly damn important early game, he still picked up those 7 Marines and he flew across the map, even though Taeja was about to attack his main base and he had like almost nothing. I can't believe he made that call. That was an incredible call by Bolt, and somehow it turned out all right.
Yeah, Bolt had a lot of forces out on the map, and definitely worked out well for him. Both players this game have gone Gas First, so we're going to see potentially, again, that very heavy aggression. A lot of things come down to where they want to go. This is one of the most versatile openers in StarCraft 2 in general. You can go straight to that Hellion play again. You can go right up to Banshees. You can go quick siege tanks. You can pretty much do whatever. We've seen players even fast expand out of this. Now we have a Reaper from Taeja.
Yeah, you've mentioned this a lot. This has become more and more popular because when you first see a Marine, then people don't really expect the Reaper anymore. And then suddenly the Reaper will be able to get the scouting information that you normally not expect in this phase in the game. So interesting switch up by Taeja.
Yeah, I mean, we've actually even seen this used for more than scouting. What was it? Kier versus Yoda in the Battlegrounds online finals. Yeah, and he actually just went Reaper Hellion, which it wasn't even a thing since before, you know, when Reapers actually had, you know, grenades instead of just pistols.
Starport on the way already for Bolt. Taeja's is of course a little bit delayed because he put some of his gas into this one happy little Reaper. I think it's just going to be this single Reaper for now. Taeja should be able to get a great scout off. I do believe that Taeja's on 2 refineries and Bolt is only on 1. So it could be a Cloak Banshee opening as well. Definitely, you know, never a wrong choice. But I must say, I personally prefer, from what I've seen, I prefer the Hellion Marine play, Nate.
Yeah, I like the Hellion Marine play quite a bit. There are some good, it feels weird to say good because no one does them anymore, defensive openings where you get a fast missile turret and a Viking to defend against the Banshee, but the Hellion Marines, they always seem to find a way into your base if you invest too much into your economy at the start. So there is a bit of a variation that we're seeing, though. We are going to have that cloak, as you mentioned, from Taeja. He did take the double gas. He can afford it. Bolt this time. He's going to get a Widow Mine with his play. He does still have one Hellion.
Yeah, and he can bring it as well with his army. And this is very interesting because some calls that you see Terran players make when they are Taeja in this position, they will still send their first Banshee across the map. That of course means that you have very, very little at home to deal with that, or to deal with this incoming medevac drop. But if you somehow handle it right, then your Banshee is going to have the time of her life in the opponent's main base. But it can also backfire. So I really wonder, will Taeja keep his Banshee at home, or is he going to rally it across the map immediately?
I don't think he has a choice. This drop should hit before the Banshee's even out with how quick Taeja's, how quick Polt's getting into his base. And the medevac is here. That Banshee, it should be rallied towards Polt, but now the drop moves in. As soon as it finishes, will it turn around? He needs to get the rest of his force over
he's
here.
not pulling the SCVs.
That Widow Mine.
Oh.
Well, okay.
I love
he's keeping the, he wants to keep that load ready. The Banshee is still moving across the map, so
no,
he needs to make some plays.
Oh my god, no!
SCVs
He's
is
gonna lose
super
somebody
cool.
else.
Oh, okay, nice save there, but
Man.
these Marines are still gonna lay waste. A single Hellion can't actually kill a Marine that's being healed by medevacs.
Nope, Taeja is in a little bit of trouble here. Excellent focus fire by Bolt as well. Is he able to pick up the Hellion too? He could potentially drop the Marines on top of the Hellion.
Banshee's in his base. Yep. He does have a Viking. Banshee cloaks. He can scan. Okay, starts the missile turret, and he should scan. Yep.
He can't scan. This Banshee might survive, but the missile turret is of course going up. It's already halfway done. By the time that this scan expires, it should be done.
The Widowmine
is going to shoot
gets
again.
2 kills, not bad, and the Marines can run in and try to kill a few more units.
And they can still win this fight. Where's the
This
Hellion?
Medivacs has such a huge impact on this fight. Finally kills one of these Marines, but
That's it.
Bolt, yeah, he's being healed.
Bolt is still able to do damage with these Marines in the main base. He's still picking up. And this Widowmine, of course, is still here as well. And it's just a matter of time. Bolt has done so much economic damage already. And he's going to do it once more. Scan goes down. You're playing with fire. And Taeja, GG.
GG. A very fast game from Polt. And